Hi YouTube, Engineer 100. Today I'm going to show you how to change the heater solenoid valve on a Mercedes SLK230. And that little solenoid valve is right here, okay? It is a little bit of a pain to change, mainly because there's a couple of tricks that will make it a lot easier if you know about those in advance. And I plan to show those to you right now. So the number one little trick is that when you want to dismount this, there's some little isolators, rubber isolators right here. And I'm going to put it on a tripod so I can really show you exactly how those come out, because it's not how it appears. Okay, so the way you remove this is the little rubber grommets slide in like that because it's slotted. Okay, there's a little metal bracket down here, and they're slotted on both sides, and also over here. Let me give you a better angle so you can see that these are slotted, and the bottom of these grommets slide right out. So here are those two mount locations. Here's one. Okay, and if you keep coming over, here's the other one. Okay, and those are where these rubber mount bushings, this one and this one, is where they mount on the bottom. They just slide into here. They slide into these slots, slide into this slot, and that's how it mounts on the rubber to isolate from vibration. So that's trick number one. Trick number two is something I really didn't expect. In addition to changing the valve, I'm also changing a hose that is swollen up. Here's the original hose, and it's all fat and swollen. Pick it up a little bit so you can see. See this guy right here, this is about to fail. So the part number for that is right here. Okay, that's A170-830-0396 is the part number for this assembly. Now, here's the problem. This skin is the issue. Here it is. Okay, on the old one it's still connected. Let me show you where it goes. It goes down, off into the car, all the way down, and that's why the tire is off. It goes down to here. It goes down to this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Dremel, cut this little factory band off, and then attach the new hose to this hose and pull it through. I removed the air filter cover to make it easier to access some of the things. If you do this, don't forget there's a little wire connector, okay, on this air valve. It's right here. Okay, so you have to make sure that you disconnect this before you take this all the way off. Okay, time for snip snip. So I'm going to snip this, just like that, my trusty little snippers, and that is free. And I'm going to connect the two with a little double-ended connector here, like that. And I'm just going to stick it in here. Stick it in this one. See that? And the new one, I'm going to stick it on here, and I'm going to tape them together too while I have the opportunity. A little tape, a little metal tape actually, so that I can have a little bit more stronger attachment between the two as I pull it through. It shouldn't be hard to pull through. I almost was thinking maybe don't pull the tape because the tape is going to get caught on something and snag, but I'm just not going to pull that hard. Alright, we're down in the wheel well, and I'm going to try and pull this through. It's coming on top. It's coming nice and smooth. So I'm going to pull on it, and hopefully, well, there we go. Look at that. We are in business, and all I have to do is take this loose, And of course take this loose. Okay, so here's another tip that might be useful. Before you take the bottom one off, slide the little hose clamp all the way off and put it on the hose you're going to have going, because then you're going to find out after you take it loose, you can't get this on, and it's going to leak. You might want to, it's going to leak, so it's lower than the level of the fluid. So I just take it off, let it leak a little bit, see, and then just slide it on, and now you're good to go. And you can just put your clamp on, use a pair of vice grips, and just slide your hose clamp down, and you're good to go. Now we're going to go back up top and hook up the other hoses. Okay, so now we got that little bottom hose all connected. I'm going to finish taking out the valve itself, and what you can do is you can actually pull it up like this with the hose still connected. The number 1 hose, I have a number 1 on here, so don't forget. Number 1 on here, number 2 on here, and a number 2 on the other hose, so that I don't get them confused. But you can take this off first and then remove the hose. It's easier that way. The bottom like so, and take that hose off. And that's kind of why I wanted to show you guys how to take those little mounts loose first, to show you this, that you can actually wait on those hoses instead of trying to fight it while it's still mounted. Even if you're going to reuse the valve, if you're just changing a hose or something, you can take this valve loose, get it off the mount like this, and struggle like I am, because I'm using the wrong tool again. But it's maybe I'm not. I don't know. Just like I need something thin to get under there, but this is not grabbing it right. So right on camera, really. So, yeah, these are the games we play sometimes, but I think this is the best tool still for this. He says as it's not working. Let me get a different tool. Let me try these vice grips. See if I can even get in there. Maybe I have to rotate it around a bit. Details. Just use this and rotate it around so that I can reach. But see, having it out is just way better. And I think using these vice grips is way better. Now, another thing. Some of you guys get mad at me for this, but I ain't reusing these. I'm gonna use these kind of clamps. Focus, there you go. I'm gonna replace these with these. Sorry for those who think it's not as good of a clamping. I'm sorry, but I'm not fighting this twice. I'll fight it once, but not twice. So anyway, out with the old, and here's the new one. Yay! Look at this. Unboxing. Take these little caps off. We don't need these. Oops. Oops. And look at that. Shiny and new. Now, just so you know, yes, these can be rebuilt. And yes, I have rebuilt them before. In fact, this one is rebuilt. But after so many years of use, I finally just decided to replace it with all new, because I think the electronics were failing inside of it as opposed to the little valves that are in here. So, but yeah, I know that you can rebuild these. Some people say, oh, you can rebuild them. I know. The one I'm replacing is a rebuilt one that I rebuilt. And I'm not rebuilding anymore. I'm replacing it with this new one. Okay? So, the little grommets, you do have to take them off though after you get this one off. You do have to like squeeze these and, you know, kind of squeeze it through the hole. But it's a lot easier once it's off. You just kind of squeeze it, and if it doesn't go, you can put some soap on it. But I think I can just squeeze it down and push it out the hole. Watch it make a liar out of me. but I think you can just kind of push it around the hole and push it out. Come on, get up, go, 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 go. Don't make me look bad on camera, man. Come on, man. You're gonna make me look bad. Okay. But you do need to reuse these, or you can buy new ones. I think they actually sell these. I don't know the part number. They might not. Sometimes these things are kind of like they come with it, but they didn't come with this one that I bought. So maybe I don't know. I'm talking in a circle here. So yeah, I would just push around the edge. Don't go nuts so you don't damage these, especially if you can't get a new one. It really would be bad if you were to damage it and then they aren't so simply. But I think it's coming. I'm not gonna make you watch, but it is going. Let's see, it's coming out. Focus. See, it's coming, but I'm not gonna make you watch me struggle the whole time. Unless you want to. You wanna watch? You wanna watch? Oh, you're still watching. What are you doing? You want to see it pop out, huh? Well, guess what? Maybe it'll pop out, maybe it won't. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe a screwdriver would be better suited for this task. But it is coming. I think it's a boy, too. Yeah, it's a boy. Look at that. It's a boy. I told you it's a boy. Alright, and then you do the same thing for the other one. I'm really not going to make you watch me do the other one. So let's get on with it. Alright, so look at that. Ta-da! I got them both off. And I put a little bit of soap. That's soap you see on them. So I'm going to pop them in on the new one. So ta-da! Got the new one here. So let's cheat and use a little bit of our experience with this stuff. I think it's going to be easier to pull on this than to push. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. So we grab here, we pull and elongate, and so much easier. Kind of like doing a valve stem on a tire, you know, installation. A little valve stem. Just kind of grab on it, and see what we got here. Give it a little pull action. The soap is still slippery on both sides, so you got to get a good firm grip and kind of work it and you should pull. Come on. This one doesn't want to come on, but it's coming anyway. I don't want to pull it apart, that's for sure. So even pressure, I'm only going to put so much pressure, but it does not want to go. Let's see if I can just kind of pull it back through. Constant pressure. Come on. Come on. There you go. I don't want to break it. And there we go. Got these guys mounted back on. Okay, we've got the hoses all connected. We've got the valve installed. Don't forget, if you do this job, don't forget to reattach your electrical connector right here. Okay. As you can see, I orientated my hose clamps so that they're easy for me to get at in the future. And don't hate me for being inconsistent, but I did use one of the original hose clamps down here on the pump. As you can see, it was really easy to reach, and so I just went ahead and reused it. But that's how you change your actually your recirculation hose and your heater solenoid valve on a 1999 Mercedes SLK230. Thanks for watching.